promised, I told you guys I would put together a travel tip video for Mexico. It includes travel tips and money saving tips, because that's what I'm all about. So instead of talking about the ultimate life for less, this video is going to talk about the ultimate vacation for less. So let's get started. All right, tip number 1 is to go to tripadvisor.com. This is one of my favorite sites to actually see what hotels are the best in every single city in the entire world. They're kind of ranked based off of just top hotels in general. They have best for families, best for kids, best for all-inclusive, best luxury. Plus, they have comments from people who've actually traveled there. It shows their travel date, what they thought. They give you details as far as the food, the rooms, the location. So it really gives you an idea of what the hotels are like before you go. And especially when you're traveling internationally, that information is really, really important so you know if you're picking the right hotel. Oyster.com. If you haven't heard of the site, it is freaking awesome. Basically what they do is they travel to all of the resorts and they go and take real pictures that have not been edited, that have not had any work done to them. Because when you go to a hotel website, when you see gorgeous, beautiful pictures with blue skies and oceans and wonderful sand beaches, well, a lot of the times those are edited and then you get the resort and you're kind of disappointed. So Oyster takes real pics, which is really great. You can see what the hotels look like, but you can actually see what the rooms really look like. They also break things down into best all-inclusive lists, popular destinations lists, or even best kid-friendly lists. It's super, super helpful. Now that we've got all of our accommodations out of the way, we need to talk about exchanging money, because if you don't do this the right way, you will lose a lot of money, and a lot of people don't realize that they're losing money when they exchange money. Traveling to Mexico, you're obviously going to change your dollars into pesos. So there's an exchange rate percentage based off of what the money's worth in American dollars and what the same money is worth in pesos. But there's also a service fee that's usually tied to that. And that service fee can go up and down. It can be anything the establishment wants when they're trading your money. So we need to talk about that. Your best bet when it comes to exchanging money is actually getting a credit card or having a credit card that has a 0% foreign transaction fee. If you don't know if your credit card has this or not, you can call them and ask them, or you can go online and check. There are other options if you don't have a 0% foreign transaction fee credit card. So the best thing to do is actually exchange your money ahead of time so you can be ready to go. So you're paying in pesos and you're getting money back in pesos. I would never, ever, ever pay with American dollars and have them pay you back in pesos, because you lose a lot of money that way. And a lot of people don't realize that. Your best way to do this is actually to do that before your trip. To go to your bank, call them up, or do it online, say, hey, I want this much money in pesos. They can order that money for you and you can head to the bank and pick it up. If that's not an option for you or you've forgotten, your second best bet is actually to head to a bank inside Mexico and do the same thing. Now, I know you guys have all seen the exchange rate places inside an airport. It's only a good idea to use the services inside the airport if the money you would have spent to get to a bank inside of Mexico would have been more money. If it's out of your way, then obviously doing the exchange right there inside the airport is going to save you money in the long run versus renting a taxi or something like that and traveling to a bank in order to get the money exchange. However, there is one thing you need to know if you are going to exchange your money at the airport. There's typically more than one place to exchange your money, and they all have a different service fee. A service fee is totally different than an exchange rate. So if you are opting to exchange your money at the airport, double check and make sure and see who has the lower service fee for changing your money. Tip number 4, if you've never traveled to Mexico before, one of the best things you can do is always haggle, barter, and negotiate your price when you're buying anything at a shop, at a store, from a vendor, because the first price they give you is not the price that they'll sell it for, and you'd be surprised how far they will go down on price. So make sure that you're always negotiating your prices. Another tip would be to shop around for excursions. So if you're gonna go on a catamaran cruise, if you're gonna go swim with dolphins, if you're gonna go on a hike to a waterfall or whatever it is, I would shop around, because there are so many different places that do the same excursions and they're priced differently. So instead of going with the first one that you find, shop around and see which place has the best price for the best excursion. Always make sure you keep your valuable items inside your in-room safe. This is really important because a lot of the people in Mexico do not get paid a very high wage. So leaving valuable things out makes it a little bit easier or enticing to steal something. So that includes laptops, cameras, money, passports, all of that goes inside your in-room safe. Anything you cannot live without being stolen goes in there. For most places in Mexico, you will not need any sort of power converter or power adapter, which will automatically save you $30 to $100, which is great. So as long as you are from the US and those are the type of plugs you normally use, you will not need a power converter. Now it's time to talk about transportation. There are a lot of different ways you can get around in Mexico, but some of them are more expensive than others, so let's go over those really fast. If you have a hotel that has a transportation system or some sort of shuttle, I would check with them first. It can be one of the cheaper options for you, and if you have a big group of people, it'll obviously save you a lot of money to be in all one shuttle. If that's not an option for you, you might want to consider taking the bus. We've done that a number of times on our trips to Mexico and taking the whole family on the bus system, and if you're in a more popular area, a lot of the tourists take the bus system as well, so you're not alone. One of the things you might not want to do is actually rent a car because insurance in another country is usually really, really expensive. So it's probably not your best bet. And if you guys do decide to take a taxi, I would highly recommend that you double check that it's a real taxi and it's not just a yellow car trying to get your luggage or take your stuff. So double check that and make sure that you stay safe. Make sure that your bank knows that you're traveling out of the country. If they don't know, or your credit card company doesn't know, they can put a block on your card and you won't have access to those funds. So that's a really important tip to make sure that you remember before you travel. Make sure that you call your cell phone company before you leave and see what kind of deal they have for texting, emails, and phone calls when you head out of the country. I know for us, we only pay $2 a day to have access to all of those things. So it pays to check because a lot of times they have those short-term international plans that you can trade to just for the days while you're on vacation. And the very, very last tip, tip number 11, is to bring your own chocolate and sweets with you. It might sound like a really weird tip, but in Mexico, a lot of their desserts are very bitter, more cocoa tasting, and they don't use a lot of sugar in their desserts. So if you start craving sugar or chocolate while you're there, you're not gonna get that fix unless you go to a gas station. They have a place called Oxxo, I think is how you say it. It's OXXO, you see them all over the place, kind of like our 7-Elevens, but they have American-made snacks like Hostess cupcakes and chocolate bars and things like that, but they cost a lot of money. So I actually brought my own bag of Hershey chocolate nuggets with me that had toffee and milk chocolate, and they were so yummy. And then the very last night, I actually ended up passing them out to everyone that was on our trip with us because they were dying at the lack of chocolate. So I shared. It was super nice. There's one more thing I actually wanted to talk to you guys about. It's about duty-free in the airport and how you can save a lot of money on that, but we don't have enough time in this video. So that's gonna be one of my upcoming videos, is talking about duty-free and how you can save a lot of money shopping there, with some tips and tricks of mine I wanted to share. So if you're not already subscribed to my channel, don't forget to do that. So when that video does pop up, you will be ready for it. And I will talk to you guys next time. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this video and if any of my tips helped you. All right, bye guys.